What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Angry Jackalope Robrix. It is Saturday, December 14th, 2019. Just putting my phone on vibrate so that way nobody interrupts our episode here, our show. So, yeah, as the description of this here video says, we're going to be talking a little bit about Death Wish Coffee. We'll be talking a little bit about The Expanse Season 4. We're going to talk a little bit about my neck knife setup here. And a little bit, if we still have time, we'll talk some gaming stuff. We'll talk a little bit about the Borderlands 3 and expansion that they got coming up here really quick. I believe it's next week. Let's see here. Actually, it's in 5 days, so that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So next week, Thursday, that's when that's going to pop off. All right, we got Bronx in the house. We got Paula in the house. Elphalope. Paula Elphalope in the house. We got the Vixen, a.k.a. Mrs. Jackalope. Backwoods Hickalope. The Bronx Jackalope. And we got Garen Crocagator. What is uppers, people? So, probably a little bit after... When the fuck did I order this? Probably a little bit after Black Friday. Maybe a couple of days. It was probably after Cyber Monday, whatever. I got an email from Death Wish Coffee because I buy a lot of Death Wish coffee. And right now, it's kind of the reigning champ for me, and there's a couple of reasons for it. And I like the Valhalla Java blend that they have. It's one of my favorites. This is the logo for Death Wish. Some of y'all might see it. Sometimes you can get lucky and get them in certain grocery stores. Majority of the time I order mine online. And there's a reason for it. Vixen says, hope everyone has their Christmas shopping done. For the most part, yeah, I just have a couple of scragglers that I has to do. What's up, Yakety Yak? One of the reasons that I like Death Wish is a lot of times when I do my orders, I will get these little patchy patches, and they're pretty cool. Like this one, for example. This is from Valhalla Java. We'll talk about this one in a second, and also this one. Yeah, we'll talk about that one in a second with the Krampus. We'll talk about that in a second here. Hey, what's up, Wolf? I've been hanging in there, man. I've been hanging in there. Yes, I have heard about Liberal Tears coffee. Haven't had it yet, but I just haven't had it yet. I've heard about it, but haven't had it. My Death Wish patches goes way back to a Spaceman one. And let's see, I think I ended up getting 2 of the Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. And I also had 2 of these. I was kind of sad on this one because this one had like a young version and an old hag, and I wanted the hag, but I got the 2 youngins, and so I was like, whatever, that's fine. And then another one of these. I think this was the St. Patrick's. I think it was around the I can't remember this one. St. Patrick's Day, I think, somewhere around there. It's green, and then the last one was kind of Odin and the Valkyrie. So I'm actually playing with the idea. This is a blank hoodie right here. The reason I'm wearing a blank hoodie is I'm considering actually putting these patches on. I don't know. I might not. These are the iron style patches. So, it's really easy to put these on. I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet. But they had a really cool bundle, which one of the things that Paula's talking about. She said it's not available anymore. I was going to get it, but I think I'm going to try to get the Liberty mug. And that's one of the things that's kind of cool about Death Wish is they've got this pretty extensive collection of mugs, and that's where a lot of these patches come from. These designs are also designs that they put on their mugs, so they have a kind of a collectability aspect of things. So anyway, I like these special coffee mugs that companies are starting to kind of flock to. This is Topps version, and this was made by, what's the name of this company? GreatBoxPottery.com, handmade USA, blah blah blah. And so there's a lot of companies that have been doing these things lately, and I really drank an inordinate amount of coffee. I mean, I drank a lot. And this is a pretty decent sized mug. I'll give you a comparison. These are the types of mugs that I normally have, and that's the sizes, right? Well, one of the reasons that I wanted to get this bundle that I'm about to show you is they had a really large mug. Holds a little bit more than this guy because I will brew up a bunch of coffee, and this one's just got a wider mouth and just kind of flares out, and it's just a bigger mug. And I have some of the coffee in it right now. I couldn't actually wait. I had to go ahead and do this. And so, I got it, I ordered it, and it comes with the bundle came with like a bag of coffee, came with the 2 patches, which was this particular patch, the Valhalla Java Odin Force blend patch, which is really kind of cool. Came with the mug itself with that emblem on it. And it came with the Krampus patch. Krampus. And of course a Death Wish sticker, which I showed you guys earlier. Now the box that it came in was this box, right? Came in a box, and it says Death Wish Coffee logo mug is brought to you by the Master Potters at Deneen Pottery. This unique edition is a yearly keepsake for any mug collector or coffee lover. Each mug is hand thrown and glazed individually in the US of A. Right? And they call it a handmade drinking vessel. And that's pretty much it. And it came boxed really good. Like the way that it all came was really secured, and obviously got to be nice and safe. So I was like, okay, cool, and that's one of the things that kind of endears me to Death Wish, because I'm a geek. I like to collect shit. Now the other thing that I really liked about this was it had a little paper that came with it, where it talks about this thing was like cooked out at 2100 degrees. So it said you could put it in the oven, you could put it in a microwave, it's dishwasher safe, etc., 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 which is awesome. The one I got from Topps, I don't necessarily think this guy is going to be oven safe. It might be, but it's got like this cork bottom, which I do like, because I've got granite counters. So when I go and I put this down, that little cork on the bottom works really well, and it doesn't clank. Whereas this puppy, gotta be careful maybe when I sit back. That's still pottery right here. So that being said, on the granite counter, I have to be really careful because probably shatter right. Anyway, what's this here? The Odin mug and coffee patch specials over now, and I'm pouting. Yeah, it didn't last very long. Darren says, I hear Mandalorian is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a good show. I watched the first 4. I'm 2 behind right now, I think. I hear there's another coffee company called Super Carlin Brothers Coffee. No, I'm not familiar with them. I might have to check them out too. Let's see. It's Krampus time. Yes, it is Krampus time. So if you're not good, that motherfucker's gonna come and throw you in a bag. Just the mug is sold out now. Yeah, but the patches and stuff like that, I don't think you can get those. I think the patch and the bundle, I think that was special. I don't know if they're gonna do the patches again after that. Let's see. Backward says Google said the most searched photo is Baby Yoda, and the state that searched the most was Utah. I was thinking, damn, Rob, how many times did you look that up? Yeah, I don't know. I think the reason you might be seeing a lot of searching on Utah is snow. So purportedly, and I have a few skiing buddies that have kind of substantiated this, Utah has really good snow in regards to skiing. I don't ski, so I can't really speak on it other than what others have told me. Other things that's kind of in the news right now that's kind of trippy is over in Louisiana. I guess New Orleans got hit by one of those ransomware things on one of their infrastructures for the state or whatever. So I guess there's a state of emergency now over in Louisiana in regards to hackers doing some shit over there. All right, so moving right along, I'm going to talk a little bit about my neck rig here. A little bit warm in here right now. Hang on, I'm gonna do something real quick here. I'm gonna strip naked for you guys. Not really, but kinda, but not really. Not really. Okay, there we go. Whew. That's a little better. This hoodie, man, does a good job of staying nice and toasty. Nice and toasty. Which I ain't trying to get too hot. All right. So let me put my lid back on here. All right. So I've got a pretty sizable neck rig. This is kind of my EDC when I don't have my jacket and a bunch of other stuff on me, but you know I need to carry a decent little loadout. I am not the best. I am not the best at doing paracord type projects, but I did do this because I had a good length of fire cord on me. So I did this because I knew I needed something with a little bit more width on it than skinniness, because with this much weight, if I didn't actually do something, it would like cut in my neck and be uncomfortable. But with a wider stance on it, it actually works pretty good. So you could probably see a couple of things right out the gate. So one, I've got a little flashlight. I'll end it off to the side here. Okay, I got a flashlight. Got a little pry bar right there. I got 2 knives on here. I've got another little light down on the bottom. I carry my car fob to start the car. Got a little fire maker right here. Little one of those types of deals. And I think I have one more. Yeah, I do have another pry bar in here. I've got one more little pry bar, kind of tucked in between things here. I have to kind of finagle it out because I don't want it to fall out like some of the other things I've had in the past. So if I take the knives out, pry bar comes out a little bit easier, but so I got like a little pry bar goes in between, and there's not one knife but two knives. So the first knife, you guys have seen this before, I think, but first knife is Team Jackal, which is a pretty big fucking knife for a neck knife, but I've actually carried bigger knives in the past around my neck. And then, of course, I got some Velcro on here too, just to make sure I don't lose any blades. But let's see if I can take it out without taking off the Velcro. I might not be able to. It might. There we go. And I got like a little key D, and I have the light on the bottom here. So this is, you know, one of my neck rigs that I do, and you know, the concept behind it is being able to keep your gear on you when you need it in a way that won't get me in trouble. So for example, if I carried this, if I had this and it was inside my big jacket, and a cop were to you know, asked me if I had a blade on me, and I'm like, yeah, and it's on the inside of my jacket, well, then technically it's a concealed weapon, right? And that, you know, could technically get me in trouble. Whereas if I say this is here on my neck and I'm rolling, and you notice also I've got my jackalope and the dog tag that Yak had sent me, right? I have my Angry Jackalope emblem here. So somebody asked me questions, hey, what's the deal with the knife and everything else? I'm like, hey man, I do YouTube, blah, 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 I do reviews, etc. That gives me, you know, kind of an excuse. The other reason I carry this blade on me is my dentures. So when I go and I eat, I'm cutting all my food into teeny tiny little pieces so I can eat. So I'm always just pulling my blade out, doing stuff, and I get a lot of looks when people see me pull the knife out, but I really don't give a shit. So I got two reasons also I carry this blade. So first one is I do the Angry Jackalope show, blah, 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 but I'm also a writer, and this was, you know, a blade to commemorate Magic Really Sucks. You guys can see it right up there on the blade. So, you know, it's a conversational piece, blah, blah, blah. I've had a couple of cops ask me questions in the past. We get to talking and whatnot, and then done deal. No more problems. But especially when I explain to them the concept of redundancy and making sure I have adequate gear on me at any given time. For example, there's quite a few times I'm out, and this hat right here is kind of dirty now, but you know, even we'll have a hat like this, and I need a knife. Boom, there's a knife, right? So I've had people that hadn't realized that that was actually a knife, and then they see me pull it out, and they're like, "What the deal? Why do you even have a knife on your hat?" And I'm like, because I like to carry at a minimum 2 blades on me at any given time. Most of the time in my jacket, I will have a little pocket knife on me, right? And this seems to not get me in trouble because even if it's in the pocket, the clip is revealed. So technically speaking, it's not a concealed weapon because people can see I've got a knife, a pocket knife, because it sticks outside the jacket. And it's a sad state when we have to be a little bit paranoid like that, but I'd rather be a little bit on the paranoid side and follow the letter of the law than have them be able to use the law against me with a technicality, right? But I'll explain. I have 2 light sources, I have 2 knife sources, I have 2 pry bars on here, and I have and also I forgot to mention I also have a whistle, right? Little whistle on the bottom. So, and a little fire maker, right? Which is this little lanyard piece here. This guy. You know, this is a little like that. This is a cool little thing. It's I'm trying to read the damn name of the company. Outdoor Element fire binder. So it's a little, how do I say this? I always fuck this up. Carabiner with a little fire striker on it. So, short of a ferro rod and some other stuff, that's like a real super last ditch. Like, fuck, I guess I have to try to make fire out of something. So I have that. And it's something I've been meaning to do a review on. I just never had a chance to really sit down and do that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's see here. Yeah, I just need a piece of fat wood attached. Yeah, exactly. Um, in a different bag, I actually do have like a little packet of fat wood, some shavings, and some dryer lint, all kind of done up on one of my EDC bags. Like if I'm gonna go out and I'm sure I'm gonna be out for a few, not like down to the local store and back, but like actually going out. I actually have a couple of pieces of kit that I bring with me, and some of it has like water stuff in it and fire stuff in it. But this, regardless of wherever I go, this is one of 3 or 4 neck rigs that I have. One has a cut and one has an ice on it, and those are like my main neck gear. I even went as far as once before to use a tracker digger as a neck knife because Craig at Tops didn't believe that I could pull that off. And I did. I actually wore the tracker digger there for a little bit of time. But that was such an distinct, odd blade that I decided, nah, I'm not going to bring it with me because I can't really. It was one of those type of blades. One of those blades where, I couldn't necessarily bring this out on a regular basis and cut my food with it and stuff. So I decided to just put this on the wall and leave it there instead of always carrying that around my neck. But this is a pretty interesting blade, right? Tracker digger. Yeah, tracker digger. This is number 186. One away from the death. 187 on the undercover cop. All right. So that's the next stuff. Let's see here. Next thing I was going to talk about. I just finished earlier today. What's up, Stevie G in the house? I just finished. Let's see. There's something I wish you do a video on comparing the can openers on a Victorinox Swiss Army knife and the Leatherman. I don't think I actually have a can opener on my Victorinox. I'm almost positive I don't. Let's see. I thought you were right here. Are you not right here? Oh, you're over there. You're right here. Right here. Yeah, my Victorinox right here is the smaller, teeny tiny variant. It's not the, I don't think it has. Let's see, it's got a file, a knife. I think this one is the one with the little scissors. Is it the one with the scissors? Yeah. This one has like little scissors on it. That's all that's on this one. So I have to actually get like a for real Victorinox to be able to do that. And my Leatherman is actually missing in action right now. My Surge. I can't fucking find that sumbitch anywhere, and I tore this entire house apart. This was the other piece of fire starting stuff that I actually have. This one has my little angry jackalope on there. And this is biggie, biggie, biggie. A biggie, 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 can't you see? So that's my other one that I usually have in a kit, but I had everything out. Recently, I was just putting stuff away. Says, Yak says, use my can opener, my Victorinox all the time. It's 2 years old now. Victorinox, get the Spartan. Lost my flashlight the other day. Yeah, see, I really am upset about that Leatherman because I bought that for myself a few years back for Christmas, and I use it all the damn time, fixing my son's glasses. I mean, everything. You know, I have my little bit kit and everything else. I'm just missing the damn Leatherman. Like I found like all these little janky multi-tools that I have laying all over the place, but I cannot find it, and it's just driving me bananas. It's just I'm so upset. I'm just heartbroken about it. But anyway, so yeah, I'll have to see about that. You know, see what I can do in regards to that question. But yeah, so I just finished watching the season 4 of The Expanse, and for you guys that may not know what that show is, really it's a sci-fi show that used to be on Sci-Fi Channel, and it was a pretty good show when it first popped off, and I didn't realize that it was based on books. And there's actually 8 books, so they have enough for 8 seasons because each season represents one of the books. So they just dropped off the 4th season, and I just finished it earlier today. I binged the shit out of it, and it is really, 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 really good stuff. Like I'm not a super huge sci-fi fan, but like I enjoyed the reboot of Battlestar Galactica that was out a few years ago, quite a few years ago now, and since then there really hadn't been a sci-fi show that really was kind of entrenched in how technology would be. You know what I mean? Like we have sci-fi that's sci-fantasy. So anyway, as far as Expanse goes, you know, it was on Sci-Fi for like the first 3 seasons. Yeah, first 3 seasons, right? And then it ended. Like Sci-Fi said, "Nah, sorry." And Amazon ended up picking it up. So I hadn't, I had watched like the first couple episodes and was like, yeah, I'll watch it at some point. And then I had heard the news that it got canceled. And I'm like, well, fuck, I'm glad I didn't watch it because I'd have been fucking pissed if I invested time in the show and then I got left with a fucking cliffhanger, right? So lo and behold, I see this huge effort by the fans to get it picked up, and everybody's hoping it's going to go to Netflix or something else. And so when it finally got finalized over on Amazon, I was like, okay, that's cool. Well, I got sick a little while back and was staying up late and said, fuck, I need something to help me stay awake. So I was kind of watching it, and I got watching it and I got stuck on it. And so over the course of the week to the week and a half, I had gotten through all 3 seasons, and by the time the end of the 3rd season was done, I was like, holy shit, come on, man, I can't wait for season 4, which just popped off a couple of days ago. It was supposed to be on the 13th, but I started watching it on the 12th, late night on the 12th. And I was like, holy shit. Like, there's a distinct difference from what Sci-Fi was able to get away with and what Amazon can get away with it being an Amazon, exclusive. And season 4, man, holy shit, it was pretty good. It was really good. Like I was, and it just, it just doesn't disappoint. There's some shows as the seasons go on, you're kind of like, eh. But the fact that they're following some big chunks from the books uh, is awesome. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, fuck, Rob. Um, if you've watched the show, why the fuck are you reading the book? Well, because the books are always going to be better than shows. So I've gotten about this far in. What am I at? 81, page 81. And I'm enjoying the shit out of it. So, anyway, just thought I'd share that with you fuckers. If you guys like sci-fi and you like really solid fucking characters, either the book series itself or the show on Amazon is fucking amazing. So, let's see here. Nacho asks, just out of curiosity, does a Zombie 2 Felon feel lively in the hand or more brickish? Well, hang on. Okay. So here's the Felon. Now, take this with a grain of salt because the weight on this guy is such that even with the light like this, there is some heft to it. Now, does it feel brickish? I would say no. It doesn't feel brickish. And I'm trying to think if I have a blade here that feels brickish. Yes. I think I do. No. I thought maybe the Elchete was going to feel a little brickish, but it's actually not too bad. It actually just it's top heavy. So this is built for it to be a chopper, right? So from a chopping point of view, no, this one doesn't feel brickish. Hang on. Let me see. Let me look around here if I've got anything that feels brickish. Let's see. How does a hatchet? Okay, here you go. Apples to apples as far as feel goes. Okay, so hatchet, heavy, tomahawk, hatchet, whatever you want to call it. On the top side here, just like a chopping blade, you know, heavy forward on the downward, right? Now, Felon, because of the balance on it and everything else, it doesn't have that pull, right? The same, because most of the weight feels right about through here. Okay, so this feels more, nimble as far as that. Now, that being said, remember the weight. This thing is heavy. It's not a light blade. I don't believe. Here, I'll tell you what the weight is. What's up, Maritime Spook in the house? Let me look at something real quick here for you. So, zombie tools. Okay, hang on. Zombie tools.net. See the weight on this puppy right here. If I recall correctly, I think it was just shy of 2 pounds, right? Let's see. Let's find this bad boy. So Felon weighs 2 pounds 2 ounces. So it's just 2 pounds of steel right here. All right. So with 2 pounds, the feel of it doesn't feel bad. I mean, it's not like you know what I mean? For this much steel, this actually feels pretty manageable. Obviously a stab, that feels really comfortable. A forward chop, no big deal. Slashing, it's controllable. 2 pounds. So, does it feel like a brick? To me, No, but I'm also 340 pounds. Um, and I'm used to slanging heavy meat, especially with the shit between my legs. Just fucking around. I had to throw a dick joke out there. I had to do it. But anyway, hope that answered your question a little bit at least. Let's see here. Let's see. Jay Watson, you have the original version of Letterman Surge. I think they messed up when they changed and got rid of the eyeglass screwdriver. Yeah, I had mine. I think was a newer one that was all black. I think it was relatively new. Like I said, I got it like 3 years ago. Mine had all of the bit driver and stuff like that in it. So anyway, one blade I had that felt breakish to me is Condor Heavy Duty Kukri. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think yeah, I actually that was one of the things that I noted about this when I first got it was just how nimble it felt in the hand. You know, it didn't feel. I mean, it felt like if I had to do stuff with it, I could do it for a little while. You know, and with this point, I mean, you're definitely. I mean, as far as the shanky goes, you know, this is pretty good. As far as slashing, yeah, the felon is I think it is a worthy uh, fighting blade, but again, your mileage is going to vary depending on your expertise, your strength level, um, and how comfortable you are with it. I like having the extra length on the blade for reach, for slight, just for pure cutting edge on it. But at the same time, comparing it to a blade like you know, Operator 7 as an example, you're seeing, look how tiny the Operator 7 looks comparatively speaking, right? But at the same time, you know, the speed on this, I mean, this almost feels like weightless compared to this. But again, this is fucking 2 pounds of fuck yeah in your hands, you know? This is not 2 pounds, but, you know, it's beefy as fuck. I mean, as far as thickness goes, you know, sometimes thickness is where it's at. And this tip on this motherfucker is not not gonna break. I hope you guys can see on the tip there some of that abrasiveness that happened. I actually stabbed this. Oh my lord! I don't even know how many times, but I spent a good 20 minutes just stabbing, prying, stabbing, prying, stabbing, prying, stabbing, prying, stab, pry, stab, 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 pry, 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 stab, pry, stab, through a 2x4 until I pretty much split the 2x4, right? So I think if somebody said to me, Rob, you're going to be dealing with, I don't know, I don't know. Like, I guess it's not even what I'm going up against, but how long I'm going up against it. Like, if they're like, yeah, you got 15 minutes of just hard combat against some shit, and I'm like, 15, huh? Okay, that would be pushing this, right? 15 minutes, I'd probably pass out fighting hard with this. With this, I could probably just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. But this is not going to give me the length reach this is, right? So I hope that gives you a little bit of room, food for thought as far as, you know, what's ideal to you, right? Now, I don't really necessarily know I'm going to fight something, but I want to intimidate the shit out of somebody all day, every day. This is fucking terrifying. A fucker sees this shit, they're like, fuck. Okay? Somebody sees this without even knowing about the other one, they're going to go, fuck also, because, you know, this is a decent fucking blade. You know, let's just let's just go by scales of holy fuck, right? So here's your standard pocket knife, where a person in the UK is probably already shitting themselves over this because like, oh my god, it's a fucking knife, right? They're already freaking out over this shit. Okay, then you bring out something like Operator 7. Now they're like, oh, you're a fucking killer, you're a savage, a psycho fucking murderer, you know, whatever. All right. To which us in America, we're still looking at this going, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, it's decent fucking blade. You know. Man. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care where you are in the world. Somebody pulls this shit out, and you're just like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just so fucking retarded, you know, that the name felon, as I've said before, I'll say it again. You walk around rocking this bitch, you're likely to catch a fucking felony, because the felon is fucking scary. People will look at this and there is no excuse under the sun where you could explain this away. There really isn't. There's nothing you can say to a cop that will make him feel comfortable with you rocking this. Okay? Seriously, there's just not. And I wouldn't even waste a cop's time. Like, if I had this on my hip and he's like, why do you have a big blade? I would try to use humor. I'd say, well, I'm overcompensating for something else, and hope he laughs. Because if he's not laughing, then I'm like, because I like big things and I cannot lie. So, I mean, really, there's, like, I'm ballsy, but I don't bring this out. I don't wear this on my hip. I don't go outside with this, where I will with this. But there you go. I mean, it's just retarded. It's retarded. Like, I respect the size of this blade. I really do. That right there, guys, is holy fucking shit. You get what I'm saying? So there you go. So if you guys ever really wondered, fucking how big is the fucking felon? Well, fucking now you know. There you go. It's 2 pounds. So now you guys get it. 2 pounds of fuck yeah, right? All right. So getting back to my original points. Where'd my thing go? That's what she said. Where'd my thing go? Expanse, neck knife. Oh, and then Borderlands 3. So now to move to a different end of the spectrum. Borderlands 3 came out. I've had a lot of fun when I can fuck around and play with it. They have their first DLC popping off next week, I believe. And we get to see Handsome Jack again. Not in the way we would want to see Handsome Jack, but he has a casino that he created, that he ripped off Moxie. And so you kind of got this Ocean 11's theme where you're going to this casino in space to rob it. And I'm like, hell yeah. So anyway, also, if you guys play Borderlands 3, Gearbox has put out 2 freebies with the ship codes. One of those is kind of like your recorder. I forgot what you call the fucking thing. It's the thing that you see on your HUD every time you bring it up. But that thing, they got like a candy cane inspired design, a free skin for it. And the other thing is, it's actually a free legendary shotgun, which I haven't fucked with yet, but it's a free fucking legendary. So fuck it. you know. If I remember, I'll put it in the description of this video, the actual shift codes. But if I forget for whatever reason, you can just go to Gearbox's Borderlands 3 website and you'll be able to see it there. Simulcon, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Your daughter is so fucking cute, dude. You're killing me with your Facebook post. You're killing me. So adorable. Love it. So yeah. So there you guys go. That's pretty much Call of Duty Mobile rocks, huh? Haven't had a chance to play that. You know what I have been playing with? And I feel a little ashamed about it. I have this slot machine game, and the only reason I messed with it is I'm a huge fan of Roger Zelazny and his son Trent. I guess it did a deal where some of the 9 Prince and Amber stuff was showing up on this slot machine game, and I downloaded it on my phone just because I thought, okay, I want to, anything 9 Prince and Amber I want to check out. And so I downloaded it and I started playing. I'm like, dude, I can't believe I'm getting stuck in this stupid slot machine game. So every time I'm taking a shit or whatever, I'm like sitting there, bling, 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 bling. It feels like I'm in Vegas in my bathroom. It's a little bit funny, but anyway. This might have been that moment where my wife says I share too much. I don't know. Could have been. I don't fucking know, right? But it is what it is, right? Doctor Sleep. Great movie. Yes, it was. Doctor Sleep was really good. As a sequel, it had all the good continuity tied in perfectly with the first one. Story-wise was great. Characters were great. So I agree with the Mr. Yakety Yak right there that Doctor Sleep was fucking good. What else did I want to tell you motherfuckers about? I am working on a Bigfoot episode of Spooktime Investigators, which I hope, fingers crossed, hope I'll have done tonight. And that one is actually pretty cool. It's a fun little episode, which is, Spooktime Investigators have their own channel. And that ties in with the Robert R. Rick stuff, because on a Robert R. Rick side, we do this real-time story time. And the real-time story time, a few months back, we did an episode with cryptids and stuff, and somebody threw out, I think it was Garen. I'm pretty sure it was Garen. I'd have to go back and look at my notes, but somebody threw out the Kentucky Goblin, right? And I ended up doing the very first episode of the Spooktime Investigators with Jeremiah Jones and Ginny Jones. And recently we did another one, and my wife loved the episode, and other people I know loved it. And so I had really good reception. So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna do some shit with Spooktime Investigators. And I took it there. I actually went and created everything. What's up, Jay? In his house. Here, hit the power button. My spoke meters always up. That's right. Spoke meters are important, especially you got them critters running around. You need to keep your eyes on them some bitches. You know what I'm saying? But I decided to create a YouTube channel specific to cryptids and also paranormal shit. And through utilizing Jeremiah Jones, I can say shit with him that obviously Robert Ricks couldn't get away with. So if I have a fictitious character and I'm role-playing this character and how the character would do things and everything else, obviously he has his own opinions on shit and everything like that. And so I get to have a lot of fun with him. And what's really neat is, husbands and wives don't always see eye to eye on things. And considering the fact that Ginny Jones was raised in the Bay Area and has a degree from Stanford University, and Jeremiah is not from the Bay Area, he has more red blood in him, red state blood in him than the blue stuff. they don't necessarily see eye to eye on certain things. And so it's kind of fun to, have somebody really go super conspiracy way beyond anywhere I would normally go. And I go pretty good. The channel is going to be, hang on, let me find it for you real quick, because I think I only have a couple of episodes on there right now. So if I go to YouTube, let me find it. I'll just put the link in here because I'm not sure if the searching for it works yet. So if I say Spook Time in Investigators, bink. Oh yeah, it comes right up. Here we go. Spook Time Investigators. Let me grab this URL here. And put it right here. So yeah, this one is going to have just a bunch of content about like so like the funny thing about Jeremiah Jones, for example, like he don't believe in aliens. Jenny Jones believes in aliens. He thinks aliens are demons. And so it allows him to kind of throw out some really crazy theories. And Bigfoot is no exception. Okay? Because he has some insights I try to channel him, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm saying some stuff on Bigfoot, and I'm just sitting there chuckling because I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking hilarious, the shit he's saying, right? So anyway, like he's anyway, you'll see, like, but I don't want to spoil any of it. It's just fucking hella funny. Like I was sitting there like I would do the audio and I'd film it, and I'm sitting there and I'm recording the audio, and I had to keep pausing it because I started laughing so hard. Like there were parts that he was saying shit, I was just laughing at him like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, really? He's like, what the fuck, man? So anyway, I was telling like a buddy of mine that do like actual ghost hunting and shit. I told him, look, I want to interview you, but I, Rob Ricks, am not going to be the one that interviews you. It's going to be one of my characters in my stories, one of my main characters in a Spook Time Investigator series named Jeremiah Jones that's going to actually interview you. And let's see here. Yeah, goddamn aliens coming here from outer space and taking all our fucking jobs. Yeah. It'd be nice. I mean, I wouldn't really give a fuck if like aliens came and like, they had like 3 coochies and like 5 sets of titties and, whatever. I mean, I personally think that if an alien invasion came, that would be a great watershed moment for the world, because suddenly overnight, like, humanity would get along. Because we'd be like, oh my God, there's fucking 5 sets of, there's a 10-titty Amazonian alien bitch throwing down with fucking lightsabers and shit. Like, obviously if they're rolling through our neighborhood, like, they would be like so much further advanced than us, And here we are on this little mudball planet going, all right, man, I got our fucking bullets, and they're just sitting there, pa-ting, 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 hitting force. The concept of force fields alone would fuck us for days, because we'd be like, what the fuck? We're shooting this some bitch and none of our boats is getting through. Hit him with a 50. Bing! Oh, no, 50 didn't work either. Wait, I saw Dune. You gotta get it real close. And you have to stick the blade through the shield. Yeah, okay, by the time that happens, you're electrocuted and dead because he done fucking killed you. But I always thought, regardless of whatever the situation, if aliens actually did show up and said, take me to your fucking leader or whatever else, that would change up everything. Like, literally change everything overnight. Like, motherfuckers wouldn't be beefing with each other over stupid shit like fluid gender shit. Because we'd be like, dude, whatever. Go ahead, turn yourself into the Apache helicopter right now. Go kill that alien, Like, people would shut the fuck up with the stupid shit and really start to worry about real shit, you know? And that's why I'm like, ain't no motherfucking aliens, dude. Ain't no fucking aliens. There might be extra dimensional beings. There's definitely shit in the middle of this fucking planet that I'm very interested in seeing. But as far as other shit, I think Jeremiah Jones I can have a lot of fun with. Like I could pick my most outlandish theories and just let him go to town with it. So I told my friends, if you guys are down, come bring your real shit. Bring the real stuff about ghosts and all the other shit. Bring your pictures, video footage, whatever. And put it all inside the videos. But you're getting interviewed by Jeremiah Jones, and just understand we might have to do multiple takes. Because when Jeremiah Jones gets to going, he don't give a fuck about what he says, So anyway, it'd be fun. Damn phone is going nuts with alert sounds with no alerts. One reason to replace it. Oh, that sucks, dude. Sorry. So anyway, let's see where we're at. We're at 7:56. All right, so I got about 4 more minutes left on this episode. So I'm working on that. Now it's going to be Spook Time Investigators, and there's stories that go with that. I'm getting pretty close to finishing up the next book choices, and that one went real dark real fast. So we'll see when I can get that done. And then I've got some other really fucking cool stories, like Highway to Hell. That's gonna be fun. What was the neck EDC? Basically this. I'll show you it real quickie here. So this was not necessarily a neck knife by any stretch of the imagination. It's basically just the. I think both these blades are discontinued too, by the way. Team Jackal 5, and Key D right here. That's the second one. And then lights on the backside here is a little fire making deal for sparking and whatnot. Flashlight right here. Pry bar number 1, pry bar number 2 right here, which comes out, slots back in between these two like that. Whistle on the bottom, and shit ton of paracord, actually fire cord. On the inside is a red strand, which you can just barely see right there. That's flammable as a bitch, and that's a complete little neck rig that I use pretty much all the time. So that is the Angry Jackalope neck knife that I rock and roll. Yeah, I showed it to him. I've been having trouble finding a new bladed carry. Just ordered SOG Seal XR folder. Gonna see how that feels for me. Maritime. I have a video, maybe a few vids on a place about 10 minutes from here. 2 people saw something they couldn't explain. That was Sasquatch, cryptid, like Rob. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Yeah, it's funny because I actually referenced the fact that here in Utah there is some Bigfoot activity. Simicon, this is a blade that I like to carry with me all the time too. It's one of my only Benchmades actually, and I do like this one a lot for EDC. So I don't know, you might want to check that out. Again, how would a Gerber strong arm be as a neck knife? I don't know. Not familiar with that. Yak says, too long for me. There you go. So anyway, we are now at the end of the show. So tomorrow we got the real-time story time. If you guys want to check that out, contribute, be part of that show tomorrow, just look up the real-time story time or go realtimestorytime.com. There's a link there to the YouTube channel on the very top. Same time as we do this show, but it's only on Sundays. So 7 o'clock Mountain, And just stop by, throw out some fucking keywords. And you'll see people throw out some really crazy, fucked up keywords, but I still just rock and roll and make stories out of shit. So anyway, check that out and let me know. Let's see. Maritime says, Buddy's ex-girlfriend won't go there anymore, and she's quit, and not on meth or anything. So I believe her. Oh no, I'm a firm believer in shit. I just have, well, me and Jeremiah have our own theory on what Bigfoot actually is. So anyway, we'll see. Be kind of fun. Okay, she's quiet and not on meth or anything, so I believe her. Yeah, even if somebody is on drugs or they're drunk or whatever else, there's certain things that I believe. When somebody tells me something, like I follow my gut, and if they say some shit, and I'm like, I'll be like, okay, this motherfucker is a firm believer in this shit. I believe. So anyway, we'll see. I hope you guys enjoy that one anyway. So keep an eye out. It'll be a fun one. You know what I'm saying? And shoot a video tomorrow. Cool. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for now. If you like it, like it. Let's see, what did it say? Bigfoot, motherfucking Sam's Squanch, Sasquatch, Samasquatchin, motherfucking Samasquatchin, Sasquatch, fucking Wendigo, Yeti, Bigfoot, Chewbacca. All right, anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, guys, I will see you motherfuckers tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I'll see you guys next week. Keep an eye out on that spook time. That shit should pop off sometimes this weekend, hopefully, but if not, definitely this week. Sheep Squatch. All right, guys. I will see you motherfuckers later. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell your friends far and wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, please be good to yourself, good to each other. Go out, live life to the fullest, ride the bus to the wheels fall off, get some scars, find some love, all that jazz. See ya!